Oops. Wrong game scene. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just... We'll draw after, probably, because I'll get tired of playing the game. At some point. Oh no, it did like epic Marvel reference. But thank you for that compliment about the room. I kind of sometimes feel like maybe my room is kind of a little dialed in to be like soulful. And then sometimes it just kind of feels like a horde, which I try to avoid, but I feel like whenever I try to organize it or make it like, you know, like comfy or cozy, it just kind of ends up turning into, oh shit. See, I'm not paying the fuck attention. Oh yeah, fucking I threw up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh, is it really gonna make me do it? That is absolutely doable. No. So, I got cucked because that thing jumped up and killed the thing I needed. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, video game. Thank you. I threw up. That little fucking Master Chief. But yeah, you know, interior design is something I've really wanted to consult with someone about, actually. As silly as that sounds. Because I feel like my collection stuff could use some help in that way. Just, you know, with, like, some organization, maybe some... I don't know. I'd love to talk with, like, an interior designer that knows about stuff like games and all that shit. That's always been a big one for me. Yes, I mean pretty much, yeah. But I've had ideas for, like, how I want to incorporate the candy cabs into the space. I keep kind of pushing them around. Into different spots. Because the issue is I want to be able to stream from it. Well, I completely ignored all of that. Nope. And then just to, like, honestly, the big thing I really would like, help on is, like, lighting. Lighting is, like, a big one for me. Not just in my, not just so much in my studio, but, like, honestly, kind of all around the house would be helpful. Oh, well. Oh, cool. Amazing. I don't get to do that now because the video game decided to say fuck you. Amazing. Thank you, video game. Oh, no. There we go. See, why did it respawn it for that one, but not for... Oh, no. Mario. But the other thing, too, that I feel like, a lot of, these people who make these, like, Pinterest-like-esque spaces, the thing they don't kind of tell you, like, it's kind of the same thing with, like, home reno shows and shit like that, is, like, you don't actually see people living in this space. Fuck. Are you kidding me? No, and I'm out of BBW mode. White metal coat samurai ooh. Now, I missed out on all the white metal coat shit. I never got a hold of it. And I guess I saw it on Suru, and it was really expensive, but... oh, man. Oh, fuck. There's still about 40 on Yahoo J. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll check that out. Again, I'm really trying to not spend money. I'm really not. I have, like, shit I want to start saving up for. I really need to start saving money. I'd really like to take some side jobs, but my side job shit has been brutally, like, dry for such a long time. And then also, too, I've got shit to sell that I don't have moving. I don't have, or the stuff I want to sell doesn't move, but I also I don't know. It's again, it's not so much that I'm against the idea of selling. I got plenty of things that don't spark joy anymore, but I'm just bad at selling. Oh shit, we got a whole level over here. Oh, wow, he was able to give me a present. Thank you, friend. I don't know what the controls are. Oh. Jeez. Oh, shit. Oh. Later. I didn't even know that was there. Wow. Oh god, here he comes. Damn it. Hang on, I'll check that out in a second. Oh, Steel Samurai, not Samurai Saber. Oh! Ooh! Okay, so Japan will finally get the Hasbro Bay. Oh, shit! Oh! Oh, jeez. Oh, there's a secret up there. No! Oh, fuck. Yep. Oh no! Oh no! He fucking he got stuck. See, how is he able to do that spin bounce like that? Is it because I have glide on that I, like, can't? Oh, this is gonna be one of those, isn't it? Well, I want to know. No, shut up. There's got to be more to this than that. Seriously? That's it? I swear you were supposed to go in the waterfall somehow from there. You know, they were kind of trying to make this like the Ninja Village-esque sort of level, I suppose. But, like, they really didn't... Ooh, this is a crouching high jump. Beige. I don't know how I feel about this one. Cause like yeah, it makes sense to get more height, but then once you get high up to where you need to be, you can't maintain it with, like, I don't know, maybe the stage could be different. I don't know, again, I feel like the best badge is easily the... Yeah, it would have really helped if they were, like, ninja-looking or whatever. Was a man. Thank you, Momentum. What are the Hasbro bays that, they don't have over in Japan? The non-licensed shit. Because I don't think they have Tyranno Roar. Really? Whatever. We're missing a queen. So it's literally just Samurai beat... Or Steel Samurai and, Tyranno Roar, huh? Because they got Bear Nut Scratch. I know they got that green Bite Croc. Yeah, but Snot Unicorn doesn't... I'm not talking about recolors. I'm talking about, like, original, like, bays that were, like, made... That Hasbro, did. Like, we could do recolors all fucking day. Not that, you know, recolors are bad, but... So far, all of the Hasblades other than Terra have been metal coats, too. Yeah. I haven't seen a Terra in a minute. I've seen like a Steel Samurai, I think. Fucking whatever it is. The vaguely samurai. Oh, fuck off. I was supposed to... That sucks, because Tyranno Roar is cool. It's cool. In fucking Fortnite und Cola. Yippee! Oh, bye-bye, Ponyo. You fool! What? Wait, then how the fuck are you supposed to get that? You're supposed to jump on him? Are you serious? Well, then how are you supposed to get that one? Oh, he must have killed it or... I don't know. Can you, like, interact with other people's games to that degree? Oh, fuck. I gotta restart the course. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, fucking yell Kong. Ew. Oh, brother. What's that, brother? Ew. I'm gonna be real. They're probably better off without fucking Kong. That blade sucks so much dick. Nothing is redeeming about it. It's based on Wyvern Gale, which isn't very good, and it also is fucking ugly to look at. There we go. Okay. Ooh, BBW mode activate. That was stupid of me. Oh no, I killed him. Ooh, that is really satisfying. Oh yeah, Gill Shark, another one. Oh god. I'm pretty excited for Gill Shark. Although to be I don't know if... Does that... I wonder if that means we're just not gonna get fucking... Shelter Drake as a Hasbro release. which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad to me, like, here's the way I kind of think about it. Like, as a kid, if you're into fucking Beyblade and you're into it, you know, like, when I was into Metabots as a kid, I wanted all the fucking Metabots. I wanted all of them. There were some from the show that didn't get made, that it always bummed me out. Or, like, we never got a Pepper Cat. Or I guess whatever that is in Japanese. I found out years and years ago they did do a totalizer. I had to think of the name. But it was like giga fucking rare and like no one ever got it. So for me, where I'm coming at from this is like, I want to, like, if you show it in the show, I feel like a kid is gonna want it. So like with like Cobalt Drake, right? Like that being like a ridiculous fucking prize bay that you can only get in Japan by spinning some ridiculous gacha that doesn't exist. I feel like at some point they're gonna want to make like a US release of that. I don't know if they'll get the permission to. Cause just like kind of how we are importing a lot of shit from Japan, I guarantee there's people who are from Japan that, oh shit, I didn't realize it was timed. I'm not gonna make it. Or no, it's you get a star and you get a couple seconds. Wow, give me a star. So for me, shit like Aero Pegasus being like fucking impossible to get, like a kid is gonna be like, well, that sucks. I want that blade. I don't know. That's just the way I think about it. And maybe you could argue that they'll downplay the significance of those, and that's why they're like... Yeah, no, I can see that. Oh, that was stupid. I should have went for it. Oh my god! Stand fucking still! Quit dying! Oh, that was it? Oh, that was easy. They'll save it for some stupid big stadium. So, hey, I'll take it. I don't care. Like I found out back in Burst, they released an actual TT size regulation stadium in the States, but it was part of a $100 set with 4 blades that we hadn't gotten gold L. Wow. Gold! I love...
I love gold.
Yes. Thank you. It's not worth it. See, the problem is my big and beautiful body is preventing me from navigating this course properly. Fuck! No! Oh, they did that on purpose. Amazing, we have to do it again. Because whatever the fuck that was, I missed it. I love when they make you play the course twice. Wow, I missed 2 of them. Holy shit. I mean, that one was quick. We can do that again. Wait a minute. That means I didn't find all of them in the other spots. Did I miss one? Oh god, I'm missing some. What could we be missing? Oh, I didn't buy it from the shop? Are you serious? Still? I mean, I'm missing a couple coins. Oh, it does. Oh, fuck me. It does keep track of your flags. God damn it. No. No. That means we're gonna have to go back. No. No. I actually don't know what I could be missing. Oh, it only keeps track of flags on certain ones. Like, I seriously don't know. How did I get them all here, but not... there? Did I miss something? Am I missing, like, a secret? Is there something here that I'm missing? Yes, there was. Oh my god. We made it to the other fucking level. Oh my god. But where the... how? Like... not to understand. Like, I did all the secret shit. I went this way. I got this. I don't get it.
I get it. I don't get it.
Was I supposed to come back here? I'm actually kind of at a loss here. Hmm. Now the game opens up. I'm assuming this is when the drill power up will come into play. Ooh. You know what? I probably should. No! God damn it. Nah. Piss. That was, yeah, I totally fucked that. Wasn't paying attention. Wasn't being a smart boy. No! Damn it. That almost got spicy. You know, god damn it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, fuck, we can't do it. Or no, it wasn't up there to begin with anyway, that's right. Wow, it's a breach. Ow. I could not seem to just get that one going for some reason. Hey, I think you're pretty neat, but I respect your distance.
Nature's one of the neatest things on this planet. That's why Rodney and I started Nature Walk, because we want everyone to know how neat nature is, instead of just me and Rodney knowing it. How neat is that?
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty neat.
Those are cool stickums.
Without a doubt, coming out
They're pretty
nature
neat.
is one of the neatest things there is to do. But you also have to be careful. That's why I always try to pack a gun. It's just a little bit, pack some heat. Now this isn't much of a big boy. I don't want to kill the animal, but I do want to warn it and say, hey, I think you're pretty neat, but I respect your distance.
That line is so fucking good. I respect your distance. Is so all right, what level do we go to first? We can do the desert. We can do... Oh, never mind. I guess it does kind of just railroad you into doing the desert first. I don't know. Yeah, let's go do the desert first. Why not? I like the format of the desert better myself anyways. The other two levels are just kind of like labyrinths. But this one's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, dare I say. I always thought this one was really cool, where you could just kind of walk around. Although they do that. You know, I was watching Beta 64 kind of talk about this. And he really was, like, talking the game up. Oh, you can kind of see them. Alright. But they have kind of done this before in like Mario 3D Land and shit like that. I knew it. Oh, 50 coins I don't fucking need. I don't need the flower coin. I don't need the flower coins, Mario. W mode, let's go. Mmm. Hey, nice. They kind of wanted you to do what I did. It's almost like I'm smart or something, huh? Dang it. I really want to know what's back there, because there's clearly something back there. Damn it. Yes. Arede? Did I screw this up? Ah. So I was smart, and the game decided to go, no. No. Hmm. I like that it kind of can comment on you fucking up the order. I kind of appreciate that. I'm kind of excited to get a Dran Brave and play around with it. Now that I think about it, I got one coming. I got one coming. Mmm. You know, in order to make that package eligible for the 20% off, I'm gonna be real, I probably should have just bought a fucking Piss Leon with Elevate. I literally don't know why I didn't do that. It would have been about 40 bucks. I could have bought Whale. I could have bought Whale for like 40 bucks. Why? Why did I buy 2 fucking Nijika figures instead? I mean, it's not even a I don't know, maybe. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Huh? What? I missed the thing. Oh no. What did I fuck up? What does that do? I also missed a fucking... How the fuck did I miss that? Did I just, like, completely run past it? Why the fuck is it so big? Oh god, these all take you to different spots. How the fuck did they do that? Wait a minute. Jeez, there's not even like an indicator. That didn't pick up on the mic. Toski, arigato. Alright, there's one mirror. There's one mirror to gear. It's gotta be something over here. How the fuck did he place that? Why are they following me? I don't know where the fuck this thing is. Oh, he pushed it. I knew one of these could be pushed. Oh, oh, oh. No. I forgot. Gotta change my badge back to the not stupid situational one that makes no sense. Wow, it's gonna make me go through all of them, isn't it? For just a wee bit of degeneracy there. You are a whore. Shut up. Making me think there's something down there. Oh! Wait, I can't use my flag? Oopsie daisy. Fuck you! You fuck! How am I so... No. Amazing. I'm having some difficulty with this one, I see. I knew it. Here we go. Wow. Oh, shit. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, shit. I'm not gonna get this one. Never mind, I got it. Okay, we're done. And we don't have to comment on it anymore. We could pretend it didn't happen. Yeah, I was gonna say. Damn it. What else we got? Goodbye. Ooh. blue is not usually a color you see for pipes a lot. Oops. Oopsie! That mummy enemy could babe battle with one of those geisha we were talking about. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh no! I think a bait and switch dojin that looks like it's about a fat, ugly bastard, but then it pivots into a shonen battle anime with spinning girl. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that fucking image. I'm thinking like, what the fuck is he talking about geishas? And I just remembered the fucking image you said. How it doesn't matter if he wins or loses because the game is flooded. He's here with the power of his friends. Yeah. He put a weird decoration in the one corner of the palace. And no one, he put up a Trump sign in the one corridor, and everyone is so emotionally upset. It would have been nice to hear more of the fucking Super Mario Sunshine theme song. That's literally one of the best songs Nintendo's ever made. Oh. God damn you. I was perfect. No! Thank you. I will take the Lego flower up to the secret dimension. Oh, shit. Okay. We have to be... Oh. I fucked it up. Cool, thank you for... No! I let go of it in time. Fuck you, video game. Take me away, Lego flower. Good enough. Good enough. Ooh, it's getting quiet. Oh my god. Well, it's time to wake up. Since this game actually dubs the flowers, it's really funny to think the Mario team running around this fantasy Asian language country while just saying screaming English nonsense. Yeah. Well, the whole thing about this game that's kind of interesting is I think a lot of the comments that the flowers make are like sourced from like team members. Yeah, fucking wowie zowie. Atsui, totemo atsui. Ah, karada wa ugoku nai. Ah, itai itai. Yippee! Fucking consider the violence that the flowers go through too. They've been like fucking encased in like crystals. Like smashed. You know what would be funny? They would have never did it, but it would have been hilarious if you could like actually like step on the flowers and kill them. It would have been so fucked. But it also would have been the funniest shit ever. You know, I wonder if Daisy actually... I wonder if the Mario team in Japanese, on the Japanese copy of the game, actually speaks Japanese. Like if Daisy, like they say, Sugoi! Or whatever, instead of like, wowie zowie. Moi chau zo! Outside of the old-ass OVA. Dude, I gotta get the fucking song from that. The one weird, like rock song that they did. Wario speaks Japanese, really? How come Wario isn't playable in this? Now that I think about it. I get it's a Mario Bros game, but like... Did I just say Fuda Valley? Oh, Valley full of snootless? Snootless or snoodles? I do not believe that... Oh, I forgot I was wearing the head... No, my BBW mode! I can't start an OnlyFans and do butt crush videos. No. No. I can't sit on a fucking Shrek toy. What did I miss? No, no, no. I will fight the video game to go backwards. What the hell did I miss? Did I miss here? No. How did I miss something? Oh, I clearly missed the pipe. Eventually you will die. But yeah, why the fuck isn't there like a... I know Wario kind of has his own games. But like, how come they didn't do like Wario and Waluigi in this? Fuck. Maybe that would have set, like, certain expectations with people, but, like, I don't know. Have some fucking fun with it. The whole game is about, like, weird shit happening. Damn it. Owie. Owie zowie. Oh, fuck. We can absolutely get there. Wait, what? I missed a Wonder Seed? Huh? What did I miss? I was gonna say, that level was pretty straightforward. I clearly missed a thing. Oh, there's so many video game left. Take the MacGuffin to make the video game happen. Go, my child. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, we're at 999 purple coins. Huh. We should go spend them on something. Unless you can have more than 999. Alright. Oh, this one. I remember this one. I remember this. I feel like this. I thought I remember this one being really boring. Or not boring, like there's some like bullshit in here that's really tough to deal with. Ooh. Quick BBW mode. Oh. Oh. No! Damn you, video game. You do not cuck me out of the secrets. Owie. I'm telling you, it writes itself. Oh, it's like you almost didn't even really need to do that, huh? I'll eventually get you. Oh, I guess you can't kill him. It's a gross house. Oh god, what is happening? What is happening? I can't. How am I? No. Hurry up, fucker. Let's go. Oh man, you really can't get more than $9.99, so we gotta go burn some. Oh, fucking come on. Oh, come on. Oh. I thought that was that. See, that to me looks like one of those ones where you if you push it from the way you're thinking, it kind of like shows you the secret, but it doesn't give it to you. Oh, shit. So how the fuck did they... How did they get up forward like this? I bet you any money there's a secret exit. There's gotta be. And I missed it somehow. Yep. Oh, fuck. I needed to burn some of these coins. Did I already screw up by, like, coming this way? I wonder. I wonder if I did. Bet I did. Okay, well that one was like plain fucking obvious. I should have known better. Oh, this is gonna take us to the secret. Oh, I bet that's what happened. There's probably a level that has a secret exit that I missed in some of the other levels. Because it doesn't show the whole thing. Yay. I don't wanna. I don't wanna right now. I'm probably gonna switch to drawing. I'll take like a 15-20 minute break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, I think. But I think I've had enough video game. It's time to move on to more important shit. Alright, we're coming back. God, my eyes are starting to get a little dry. I think I'm looking at screens too much. Put my, my glasses on, although my glasses need to be cleaned. If I'm gonna be honest. Wear my other pair for a quick minute. God damn it. I really can't hold my sneezes in anymore. After the surgery. I'm so old. Oh yeah, but we picked up random boosters. Let's go. I finally get to buy something for Beyblade that isn't at some fucking scalped price. Or like from Subaru, where I have to pay a markup. But what can we? What shall we? It's real. Uh-oh. Oh no. What happened? What happened? Oh, Jesus Christ. You have 9 on pre-order? Good God. There isn't even 9 fucking blades. Are you just trying to get as many doubles as you can? I know there's 6. I mean, I only got the 5 because I got to figure out my Amazon Japan situation. A black rudder for the bird deck. Nice. Yeah, let's... What? Let's look at the... Let's look at them again and see what we got. So we got... Let's see, are there pictures of what everything is? I want some pictures. I see the blades and stuff, obviously, but, like, what are the fucking parts? Well, obviously, I'm gonna want the custom blades. Those will be nice. Rhino and the 2 Hells blades will be nice. Those would be what I'm shooting for, I think. I don't know if Piss Whale is going to come with Elevate. If it doesn't... I mean, I don't see why it would, but... Oh, here we go. Thank you. So it looks like Phoenix Rudder, low flat. Hey, Phoenix Rudder seems like it'd be cool. 470 and it ratchet sucks. Ooh, Leon Crest comes with kick bit. That might be interesting. Looks like Piss Whale also comes with kick bit with 760. Okay. All right, I don't really see those being too bad. 385. I don't know how I feel about 385. Are we sure that's not 55? That's really short looking. Jesus Christ, though, the fucking 455. Is that the only way they're going to do a 55 height ratchet, is if it's 4? And 470. I don't know. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. God, I've never been on our Beyblade. Ooh. Holy shit, someone did like a fake Aero Pegasus package. So far, only 3 and 4 have a 5 size. It's pretty recent. Oh, shit. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat rad. Sorry. 760 in white makes me so happy. Yeah, that does seem cool. I love the fake Aero Pegasus package that someone made. It looks good. It was on April Fool's and people got so mad it ruled. I mean, it looks like really, really close. Alright, that is enough trolling the fucking Beyblade Reddit. That's enough of that shit. Let's see, what are we watching tonight? What shall we engage with? I guess we'll continue with
Netflix Japan recently and watched all 5 seasons of Billions.
Oh, shut up.
Alright, we're about to enter one of my favorite layers, the one that contains dirty teriyaki and the McDonald's ECDP fanfiction. the same. Indeed, played a decent amount of this. Dirty Teriyaki. Anybody who's played a decent amount of this game knows that, for the most part, patties is the same. Indeed, whether it's the 10th pound patties, the quarter pounder patties, or even sausage patties, all of them follow roughly the same basic preparation formula. You lift up the grill press, grab the relevant meat, lay it on the grill, wipe off your hands, and then throw it in a tray when it's done cooking. However,
Alright.
there is one.
Let's see. Do I want to do this
outlier on
page or do I want to
After
do
handling every raw
something
meat in this
else?
game, you are required to wipe your hands with these McDonald's branded hand wipes off to the side. But for reasons that we have yet to unearth, this appears to not be true when cooking the teriyaki patties. I'll let ECDP speedrunning legend Kobasco explain.
Teriyaki patty training, excuse me.
I guess let's
is
just start
the
here.
exact same as the 10-to-1 patty, except you don't wash your
I
hands.
guess, actually,
don't
now that
know
I think
why.
about it,
I think they forgot. Maybe you're just not supposed to be
I could just copy the one.
Patties.
Hang on, let's,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
pretty
question
sure I
that.
just did this
The
anyway.
existence of dirty teriyaki haunts the ECDP speedrunning community because we
Although-
still don't know whether this is a fluke in the game design or whether there's a legitimate reason not to wash your hands when preparing teriyaki patties. If you have the answer or even a half-decent guess, please let us know in the comments because all of us are stumped. Mac Adventures. So by now you've heard of ECDP, eSmart, and finally eSmart 2.0 for a grand total of 3 different long-lost McDonald's training games. 3 whole games. Unbelievable, right? Well, brace yourselves. What if I told you that there's actually a 4th lost McDonald's training DS game? And what if this one is, for reasons I'll explain shortly, the rarest game of them all? Check this out. So, back around 2011, Nintendo collaborated with McDonald's to create a service called MacDay DS. Basically, it was a Wi-Fi access point within McDonald's where you could bring your DS to the store, connect to Wi-Fi, and download a bunch of exclusive software. Now, if that sounds familiar, it's because this service would later evolve into something called Nintendo Zone, which 3DS players might remember from their days of getting Spot Pass downloads and Street Passes. And while there was a lot of interesting stuff offered through MacDay DS, the thing we're most interested in today is a game called DS Mac Adventures. Now, this game, occasionally referred to by McDonald's as, quote, eSmart for kids, was pretty much exactly that. Imagine the basic gameplay of ECDP with a much more colorful, cartoony, kid-friendly aesthetic. And what's interesting about this is that while eSmart and ECDP appear to have a ton of overlap in shared content, art assets, etc., DS Mac Adventure really does appear to have been a huge undertaking. While it shares the fundamental gameplay of ECDP, it appears to share virtually no art assets with the official training game. The character designs are different, the menus are far friendlier, and it even looks like it contains some very rudimentary cell shading for the 3D portions. McDonald's was actually so excited about DS Mac Adventures that they began holding in-person events where parents were encouraged to bring their 3rd to 6th grade children and train them into proto-McDonald employees. And it's actually thanks to those events that we have some of the most terrifying photos you've ever seen of Donald McDonald. There was even live hamburger assembling with actual burger ingredients at these events, so these kids could put their new life-altering knowledge into practice. Surreal. Anyways, the tragic part of all this is that because DS Mac Adventure was a limited-time piece of DS download play software, the game only lived on customers' DSs until the system was turned off or ran out of batteries. Meaning that, as far as we know, there's pretty much no path forward to getting our hands on this thing. McDonald's never distributed DS Mac Adventure on a cart, so unless something truly unexpected happens, the prospects of this game seeing the light of day look pretty grim. Never say never, though, right? ecdp.cbps.xyz. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, as you know, one of the most intriguing aspects of the ECDP cartridge is the fact that it was password protected. It's the reason both Cody and myself had to jump through so many hoops to get past the title screen, because both of our copies had pre-existing passwords that were put there by the McDonald's crew members who first obtained it. But one thing we didn't know until recently was the answer to this question. How did you set up a cartridge for the first time? The answer is
I'm gonna,
hilariously
in order to
complicated.
make
See,
this
apparently
not
McDonald's
look
was so worried about the valuable corporate knowledge hidden within
too
falling into the wrong hands,
like the same thing, I'm actually gonna redo some of
actually
this.
came with its own custom password, specifically designed to only work with one specific store number, one specific store manager, and here's the best part, one specific Nintendo DSi. You're hearing that right, it was locked to the hardware. Sure enough, one of the most common issues we've encountered with people trying to play the ECDP ROM is that if they haven't properly loaded the save file I distributed, the title screen will not let them get past it. On a blank save of ECDP, every single thing on the main menu is locked out and plays this loud beep error sound when you try to select it. Everything that is except for serial number entry, which is how this thing works. So you're probably asking yourself, how is this even possible? How could McDonald's have created a hardware-specific security system tailored to specific DSI units? The answer is actually kind of ingenious. They did it using the DSI's unique MAC address. And we're just gonna breeze right past the MAC pun and go on to the hard data here. Here's a basic explanation courtesy of a hacker known as Silica. And you might be asking yourself, how does Silica know this for a fact? Here's the answer. It's because Silica cracked it. Not only did they crack it, they reverse engineered this password in its entirety and created a full, publicly available keygen website for it. So now by heading to ecdp.cbps.xyz and punching in your DS's actual MAC address, plus any store number and manager number you feel like making up, because it really doesn't matter what you put in, the site will spit out a working, functional serial number that you can input to unlock the game.
Holy
McDonald's
shit.
DSI security, 10 years later,
Holy
has
shit, the
finally been
fucking
blown wide
picture he used
Cashier
for that
security
website.
open. DSI number that you can
Oh, holy shit.
that you can input to unlock the game. McDonald's DSI security, 10 years later, has finally been blown wide open. Cashier/reader. There were many unexpected developments that came from the release of the ECDP ROM. There were droves of people running the game on original hardware. There was the tidal wave of appreciation for the soundtrack. There was the gold rush to set the world's first speedrun records. But out of everything, out of all this peripheral ECDP content, I think the single most unexpected thing for me personally was the fan fiction. Yes, you heard that right. On November 26, 2020, an archive of our own user named Nero Claudius published a remarkably well-written 2,000-word one-off story that takes place in the McDonald's ECDP universe. The first chapter, entitled Customer Cross Cashier, tells the tale of a lonely McDonald's employee who obsessively speedruns the ECDP ROM and then finds herself falling head over heels in love with this guy. Not just any guy, this specific PNG of a customer that shows up in the actual game. Anyways, it's a very unique story with a honestly really insane ending that I'm not going to spoil here, so you can go read that for yourself if you want to, but yeah, man. McDonald's ECDP fanfiction. We are through the looking glass. ECDP on Wii U. This is an easy one.
Damn it.
A couple weeks back, a Twitter user named Fiandrar sent me a photo of the ECDP ROM running on the Nintendo DS, running on the Wii U Virtual Console. That's it. That's the whole thing. That photo made me laugh the first time I saw it. It still makes me laugh when I look at it now. So there you go. ECDP on Wii U. The fly potato folders. So after the models and textures were all extracted from the McDonald's training game ROM successfully, it was discovered that some of the 3D models had slightly funny names. Among those names, nestled right between Fish Potion and Grill Product, lies the delightfully misspelled folder, Fly Potato, which just so happens to contain all of the French fry assets. Coup. Not the board game. Okay, so out of all of the really incredible detailed pixel art on this cartridge, I think my favorite detail has to be this one. So during the barely interactive drive-through training minigame, you get a brief glimpse of a McDonald's Japan fountain beverage machine.
I'm not going to
circa
work on
2010.
this one very hard because it's this line here is where it will get cut off.
Some of Japan's most popular real-world soft drinks, including Coca-Cola and Diet Coke. Those are the easy ones. But out of all of these, my favorite one is this. A strange green and teal beverage logo that doesn't seem to show any known beverage, at least not a beverage we're familiar with in the West. Now, at first blush, this tiny 9x10 pixel sprite, no pun intended. At first blush, this tiny 9x10 pixel sprite appears to just be a jumble of random colors. But that illusion fades the minute you learn about Coup. What is Coup? Well, Coup is a non-carbonated juice drink that the Coca-Cola company introduced exclusively in Japan back in 1999. Its mascot, a creature who is also named Coup, is this little blue guy with a small pointy tip at the top of his head. And if that general shape sounds familiar to you, let's go look back at the sprite. Not the sprite, you know what I mean. The pixels. Not sprite like the drink. Anyway, the sprite. Your eyes do not deceive you. Some phenomenally talented pixel artist somehow managed to fit Ku's entire head in the space of a 5x4 pixel area. And if you think that's impressive, look right beneath it. Whoever this pixel artist is, they've actually managed, as best they can, to cram the word Ku in there, in English, using just 5 pixels to depict the letter Q, and using literally 1 pixel each for the O's. Q-O-O. Stunning work. WEEABOO support. So out of every insane thing this community has achieved, this is probably the one that made me smile the biggest, because it seemed the most out of reach to me. Anybody who's ever gotten past the title screen in ECDP has certainly noticed the big Wi-Fi network button that you can find in manager mode. Now, because the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service was discontinued way back in 2014, it would make sense to assume that ECDP's online functionality, whatever it was, died alongside it, never to be seen again. Or did it? See, 2 years ago, a guy named Weem created something called WEEABOO-FI, a custom online server that aimed to replicate the Nintendo Wi-Fi connections functionality across hundreds of different DS and Wii titles. Which is cool enough on its own, but even cooler is this. In the November 28th, 2020 patch notes for WEEABOO-FI, its creators quietly added support for, you guessed it, McDonald's ECDP. How is this possible? Well, thanks to an aspiring young Nintendo historian named Larson V, who did some technical wizardry that I frankly still don't totally understand, the ECDP game now has online support again, full functionality, for the first time since Nintendo spun down the servers in 2014. And what, you may ask, does that online support consist of? Well, primarily it's just one thing, but that one thing is a shared online leaderboard of every single ECDP player who is ever connected to the Wi-Fi service. When I last checked, the person at the top of those leaderboards was a mysterious player by the name of Gyro Jim. And whoever you are, Gyro Jim, we salute your valiant efforts. Ran Roo cameo. Perhaps over the years you've heard about the Japanese video sharing website Nico Nico, which for a long time was sort of Japan's equivalent to YouTube. One of the most popular videos ever uploaded on Nico Nico, with over 21 million views, is colloquially referred to as Ran Roo, a powerful, mystical video in which a Japanese McDonald's commercial is precisely edited and cut down to the melody of the Toho song
Fucking
"You When
McRolled."
Owen Was Heard. You've probably encountered this video at some point. It's basically internet royalty. So powerful is this video that it's actually spawned an entire culture of edits all its own.
I wonder if the next Nick Robinson video is gonna be about fucking McRolled. That would be fucking insane.
Where Donald McDonald shows up. It turns out the Donald McDonald depicted in that question is the exact same Japanese Donald McDonald, the same actor who starred in the infamous.
Why did I
Ran
spin a
Roo
Beyblade?
Just for comparison, here's a higher resolution
On my
version of
desk.
the photo that they used in the game. Wonderful. All right, crack your knuckles, guys. It is the final layer. This is it. All right, this is the final layer of the iceberg, and I think we've saved the best for last here. The December dump. As you know, the entire journey of securing this ECDP cartridge was a series of close calls. From struggling to get the game out of Japan at all, to Cody narrowly...
It was fucking Impact
But
Drake.
as crazy as it was to learn about
I don't know. I like that it's part rubber. I like touching the rubber. It's kind of stiffer rubber, but that probably makes sense because it's probably impact rated. Hence the name Impact Drake.
To let them know that the game was now out there. The response? Wow, you beat me to the punch. Smiley face. So I responded, haha, were you hunting for it too? And the reply, yep, I actually found a person with a copy who would dump it in December. You read that right. Not only did Cody scoop me by a matter of days on getting the first footage on YouTube, I was apparently just weeks away from another mysterious individual dumping and preserving the ECDP game before I could. In other words, it wasn't just me and Cody competing to document this game. There were 3 of us, at least 3 of us, all fighting without each other's knowledge to document this game, and none of us knew
More
how
rubber
close we
in my
were to
Beyblades,
completing it.
please.
And that's kind of poetic, right? Sound test menu. Of all the stuff the ECDP community stumbled across while sifting through the ECDP ROM, perhaps the most exciting was the following 2 things. 2 honest-to-God pieces of significant cut content. The first of these 2, according to ECDP translator Cobb and Friends, is this. There are strings in the ECDP game files that imply the existence of a full-fledged sound test menu. Now, thus far, nobody has successfully been able to hack or cheat their way into finding this screen and getting it to appear in-game, but the text strings are pretty unambiguous. They have phrases like sound test, BGM number, play, pause, and more, and they seem to make it pretty clear that this game contains a sound test mode, or at least it used to at one point. Cut Map Editor. The second, and frankly far more exciting piece of cut content is the map editor. There's a whole heap of text in the game's code that refers to this. For example, phrases indicating that you can save and load machine placements, move and rotate machines within the store, and even reset the placements to default. Seemingly, this feature would have allowed crew members to reconstruct the actual layout of their real-world McDonald's stores down to the pixel, which perhaps helps explain this isometric, modular-looking store perspective that inexplicably shows up once or twice in the game and can't really be interacted with. Now, as for what this level editor would have looked like, it appears that only one crew survived the development process. Boot up ECDP and open up Manager mode and look at the settings screen, and you'll notice that despite only giving you a handful of options to flip the store's orientation left or right or turn on the fry dispenser, the menu is still called Store Layout. And not only that, if you look at the design of the Store Layout button, it appears to show a DS stylus being used to rearrange various pieces of McDonald's kitchen equipment along a grid. It seems like a pretty safe bet that this is indicating what that unfinished map editor would have ended up looking like were it completed. Laval, Quebec. Just a couple days after publishing my video, I received a comment from a YouTube account cryptically named First Last, which read as follows: "Do you want something even more rare? What if I told you that McDonald's Canada had a couple of these made that are in French and English, and tested in one location in Laval, Quebec?" Now, I'd like to think that by this point I have a pretty good radar for when I'm being messed with. I've lost count of how many kids have left comments on the McDonald's video claiming that they have multiple copies of the ECDP game and they didn't even know it was rare and they're gonna hold on to it forever now. You know, liars. But this comment from First Last here, it stood out to me. I don't know if it was the specificity of their story or the confidence with which they spoke about it, but for some reason this comment felt real. So despite my hesitation, I replied and asked for a little bit more info. Fast forward to today. I'm sitting at my desk writing this video, the one you're watching right now, and I remember the Laval, Quebec thing, figuring it'd be a cute thing to add to the iceberg. So I searched my comments for Laval and nothing comes up. I searched for Quebec, no results. I even take a full phrase from the comment, which thank God I screenshotted. Tested in one location in Laval, no comments found. It's completely gone. This person, whoever they were, had suddenly deleted their comment. I think the reason I'm haunted by this is because I still don't know why they deleted this comment. I mean, maybe they were bluffing all along and deleted the comment out of fear that they'd been caught lying, or maybe it's actually the opposite. Maybe every word of this comment is true. Perhaps the McDonald's Corporation had actually created an official English and French version of the eCrew development training cartridge and had quietly tested it at a location in Canada before scrubbing every trace of it from existence. Perhaps First Last deleted their comment because they realized they might have just revealed a little too much and were spooked by the attention. For now, there's no way of knowing, and that troubles me. And speaking of troubling, I have saved the creepiest thing for last. The alien landscape. And when you think about extracting the textures of the McDonald's eCrew development program cartridge, you probably expect to find some pretty typical stuff, right? Sausage textures, burger boxes, fries in various states of being Frenched. And of course, that's exactly what you get, with one crucial exception. bgnscr.png. This image, located right there on the cartridge alongside countless normal textures, appears to depict things not of our world. The image consists of two basic parts. In the top half, a flat, eerie desert terrain with strange, enormous metal cubes jammed unnaturally into the surface. And in the bottom half of the image, a symmetrical metallic room, clearly not human in design, that almost appears to resemble the inside of an alien spaceship. There's no good reason for these images to be on this cartridge, and what's really bizarre is that no matter which of the game's provided color palettes you apply to this image, it never looks right. Regardless of the color scheme you use, it just still ends up looking unmatched and out of place, like it came from somewhere else. Some viewers have even described feeling a strong sense of dread when looking at this image for extended periods of time. So please exercise caution if you're going to download this PNG file. And that's going to do it. That's the very bottom of the McDonald's iceberg. You now have a full encyclopedic knowledge of everything on this iceberg. Inevitably, there may be more McDonald's stuff in the future, but I promise to take a small break, and I will not make any more McDonald's content until I'm certain I have something good to share with you. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your December.
Yick seems like the kind of game that was made directly for me. It's influenced by many games and series that I love. It was heavily advertised for the Mother influence. It also has obvious inspirations taken from the Persona series, along with the battle system being inspired by Mario RPGs and WarioWare. They also say in interviews that the Mega Man Legends series inspired the visuals, and that game is my shit. But unfortunately, I ended up being very mixed on Yick, and with me being the ideal customer for this game, that's really not good. Now, this was made by Western devs and a small team, so it's possible one of them might actually come across this shit. Normally there's no worries. It's not like Miyamoto is ever gonna see me talk shit about Star Fox, but I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea here. I have insane amounts of respect for anyone who can work on and get their game shipped. I've known so many devs who are either lazy and never finish fucking anything, or have no commitment and will just drop their projects. The fact this game was in development for years and actually got released onto the market so that I could play it and make this video about it is something worthy of praise in and of itself. It's not an easy grind to develop a game, and sometimes finding the right solution to a problem can be very muddy. So yeah, these are just observations, and really I'm doing this out of a good place in my heart. I hope that the developers of Yick continue to make games and improve their skills as they do so. The first real problem begins before you even start the game. It's supposed to be Y2K, but instead they put Roman numerals on it. But the Y and the K make me read it as either eyes, so it's yeek, or yick, or L, so it's like yoke.
They go mental with the L.
Either way, the title sounds disgusting to say, and then you turn the game on and find out the studio name is Ah! Did they come up with these names while vomiting? Like, hey, I drank too much, write this down. Perfect. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah! Perfect. I'm sure the next game is going to be called and the one after that is going to be The first Earthbound comparison starts right away when the game gives us a small survey of questions before starting up. Earthbound did this by letting you name the characters and Ness's special move and favorite food, but the difference here is that Earthbound had no bullshit. The prompts were simple and commanding. Name her too, name your friend, name your dog. But instead, Yick decides it wants to be all cute and fills up the entire text box with stupid shit. Did Anthony Birch write this? When starting the game proper, we get introduced to the main character, Alex. He's a liberal arts graduate back from college, and as you can already tell by the way he looks, there's a big problem.
My mother, a 49-year-old short, red-headed woman, was an information systems programmer analyst for Pacific Chime, the West Coast's leading telecommunications provider. Her job...
Two, name your friend, name your
fuck
dog.
off,
But
YouTube.
Instead, Yick decides it wants to be all cute, to be snappy, and be rich with...
would have never gotten through college.
It's nice to see a non-silent protagonist in an RPG, but this is like going way too hard in the other direction. And really, I'd rather not with this guy. He speaks in these really strange monologues which are often long-winded and bloated. But it's not just him, it's everybody. It's one of the big problems with the game. Characters kind of just dump huge amounts of text into the box, and it's way too much. There's a reason why they ban you for this on some forums. It's bullshit to read. In older RPGs, there's a limitation due to the size of the resolution, so text boxes had to be snappy and be rich with important information. But with a 1080p resolution, you can just fucking fill the box with so much crap without thinking. I don't mean to sound like a dumbass that hates reading. It's fine if it's something like a visual novel where that's the name of the game I'm signing up for. But with an RPG, I'd like to get to exploring and fighting and other things besides just the reading. Maybe give the guy a journal and have him write down his inner thoughts, and if I want to suck his cock so bad, I'll read that. It'd break up the gameplay less and make it an optional thing. Also lets the player get caught up with the story in case they pick the game up after a hiatus. It even fits his character. I mean, he's a liberal arts guy. He's probably into writing and trying to articulate himself. It's a nice way of showing a character is introspective without it being shoved in your face. Also, the text boxes just aren't ergonomic at all. There's a real art in making a good text box, and they didn't even try. You should be trying to keep the player's eyes from moving when they don't have to. And when you do, make sure that the movement is natural and simple and not zigzaggy. Text box doesn't seem like it would cause any strain, but it starts to when playing a long, drawn-out RPG. My eyes have to travel from the left side of the screen all the way to the right. Now, I eat lots of carrots, so my eyes are healthy, but after a while of doing this box after box, it becomes exhausting, and it starts to become very tempting to skip dialogue.
Where did she?
The text is also right up next to the box, which looks amateur. Like, offset that shit, give it some space to breathe, and also go to new lines pretty early on so the player can manageably read the text with their eyes focused on the middle of the screen. It makes things much more comfortable. Fucking, you know, Earthbound has it, Chrono Trigger has it, Paper Mario, Fire Emblem, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, fucking Super Turbo has it. This shit has been solved. You don't have to be stressing out over it. Just do what everyone else does. You should put thought into everything in your game, even something like a text box, especially if your game is heavily based in dialogue. Oh, why this walk cycle? If this was an NES throwback game, I could understand just having the extremes and keys for the animation, but early 3D games on the PS1 animated smoothly. Rock here is moving just fine. Hell, even Virtua Fighter animated at a smooth frame rate. I got over it after a bit, but it breaks the aesthetic the game is going for, and in the trailers it wasn't there at all, and it looked a lot better. I don't know why they changed it. Towns and RPGs are a great way of immersing you into the world, and I like that I get to take some time to explore this first one before starting it proper. But I was immediately disappointed because I see a house and I try to enter it, but get this wonderful piece of dialogue instead. I get it. I'm playing a video game. Isn't that so weird? Isn't video game logic just so fucking goofy? How does Link carry all that stuff? A lot of the NPCs just tell you jokes and other nonsense. I don't get any insight into this character I'm playing as, or the town, or the culture. It's just the writer making jokes that he thinks other people will think are funny. And this is how it is the whole game. You find items and money in this game through trash cans and treasure chests, which just look out of place in this modern setting. The trash cans are more appropriate and obviously an Earthbound reference, but in Earthbound there was this really cute realism to it. A lot of the time nothing would be in the trash, which is almost a joke in and of itself. And later in the game, trash cans are usually a sign that you're going to find a broken item for Jeff. And yet there's no theming really. There's really no difference between the stuff you find in
You know,
treasure
this
chests
fucking
and the stuff you find in
box.
the dump. And it just makes Alex look like the luckiest cunt in the world. Every time he looks in the trash, he gets like $5. You know what I get when I look in the trash? Somebody coming up to me and giving me 10 because they feel bad for me. I want to bring up this camera before I continue. It's a dynamic camera, and I think the main reason that these guys made the game in 3D. It allows for really cool camera angles at times. It gives the game a unique feel compared to a lot of other indie games I've seen, but it's janky at times, especially when it's in the mode where it follows my character. The camera will shift to this bird's eye view so I can see around houses, but if I quickly leave before the animation finishes, the camera angle will stay like that for a bit after I've left. It seems like it mainly happens when exiting in the middle of a transition state, which is a common bug I see in a lot of amateur games since transitionary states aren't tested as much. This isn't a real problem with the game though, obviously. The game has some logic in it to fix the camera by checking every once in a while if it's in the appropriate place. It's just something I noticed right off the bat and I want to get it out of the way. We get the first bit of story progression from going into Alex's house, but he really doesn't make the best impression at the beginning because the first thing he does is complain about his mom like he's 10.
Not even home 5 minutes and she's already barking orders at me.
Mom forgot to put the fucking dishes away. Fucking left 2 pieces of toast in the toaster. Fucking stupid cunt. Details in the house are really nice. Whoever is responsible for the layout of the interiors did a great job. I just wish the writing could be better for when I inspect things, like this piano. I was thinking maybe the inspect would be something like, Mom used to play this all the time when I was younger. I always tried, but I can never play it properly. Or hey, even do something special, you know, like maybe have a chord play. I always play a chord or two when I walk past my piano. An out-of-tune piano. Boo! Inspecting things should give me extra information about it, not just tell me what I'm looking at. You're not making a game for the blind. Come on. I got a Pog. Yeah, I might not have mentioned this. This game is very nostalgic for the 90s. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with nostalgia, but 90s fucks might be the most obnoxious about it. It's always the same shit. Hey, you gonna watch the new episode of Cat Dog? Oh, whoops. I dropped my Green Day CD. Ah, there's Eric and Dylan again, the little rascals. After complaining about his mom, Alex comes across a cat and Jesus, he loves this thing.
My fictional friend would reply, "You talk things over."
Sorry, what? Alex, I can't hear you over the music. Now, I love cats, but man, he never shuts up about it.
I understand what makes the cat tick. The cat knows what makes me tick. It was a funny looking cat. With a funny resting face and a Salvador Dali mustache. I picture what it would be like to be the owner, and I imagine describing him to a friend.
You know what the appropriate response is for seeing a cat? Oh, cool, a cat, and you go to pet it. In fact, that could work. Like, all of this talk, all of this shit, and for what?
Maybe it's because I kick so much butt.
Just so the cat can steal his shit so he has to chase after it. In video game stories, it's all about trying to figure out how to get to the destination in a satisfying and timely fashion. You don't need to be changing the world with a story of how a cat steals something from the MC. Just do it. Get it done with. I'm also bummed out that Alex has no agency as of yet. It's fine if the setup at the beginning has them being a little bit aimless, but I feel it works best if the character themselves starts the ball rolling on their story. I mean, this is a supernatural world. Maybe this weird entrance to the forest wasn't there before Alex went to college, and knowing this town well, he feels very strange not remembering it and enters. That would even establish some character for the guy. He likes his town and knows it well, and he can spot when something isn't right. Anything is better than, this cat stole my shit. Oh, whoops, I fell into the plot. Give the guy some agency, you know, I want to like him. On our way to the hotel, we're introduced to the overworld that lets you move from town to town, and it's clearly a reference to Dragon Quest, but they just had to shove it in your face. The guy is all chibi, and the overworld music is like, you don't have to spoon feed it to me, I get it. This is also where we get introduced to our first taste of combat. At this point, I'm starting to feel like I'm on fucking Newgrounds. Aw, motherfucker. This game was $20. It looks free. It looks like some shit you'd play in Pakistan. There's a lot going on in this battle system. A lot of crap. People always praise the Mario RPGs for their reaction commands, but a lot is happening to pull the whole thing together. Paper Mario's battle system isn't good just because you can time a button press to have some agency over the damage output. It's good because the system perfectly integrates the animations with the mechanics in an intuitive way, so much so that even a little kid could figure it out. When you press the A button at the right time during a jump attack, it really fucking feels like you're burying your foot in the little bastard's face and teaching him who's boss. This is helped even more by the great sound effects and particles that make these hits feel extra meaty and satisfying. Now ask yourself, how does pressing A on the yellow parts of a record make it extra sharp? How the fuck does playing red light, green light make this chick swing her keyboard harder? It's super disconnected. These minigames are also long as fuck. It's easy to cherry pick, but let's compare Mario's jump to Alex doing whatever the fuck he does with his record. Starts off with a bit of novelty to it, but it gets annoying really fast, like by the end of the first chapter. And they try to remedy this by giving different weapons slightly different attributes to the minigames, which I like, but it doesn't solve the fundamental problem here. The issue isn't that the novelty isn't lasting, the issue is that the novelty isn't even worth it in the first place. It's clear they're attempting to capture the magic of the Mario RPG games, but it's lacking the immediate visual and audio feedback that my inputs have in those games. You also don't do any damage if you miss the command, which is terrible. Like, you play these dumb QuickTime events made in the Philippines and you're so bored, but you just have to keep focusing on it or the game doesn't let you continue. And no matter what, you always have to listen to Alex go when he misses. It's exhausting. At least in Paper Mario, if I miss the command, Mario still does some damage instead of just telling me to eat ass. The perspective of the battle also makes interesting defensive reactions impossible, which means that every enemy gives you the same experience as the last. There are only 3 different defense reactions throughout all of Yick. One where you press a button at the right time, one where you press 2 buttons at the right time, and one where you press a button at the right time 3 times in a row. Doing this over and over gets very annoying, and in the case of these two, the UI isn't even functional. The little thing indicating where I am is horizontal, but the areas indicating where to press the button are at an angle, which means I never have a good idea of where I'm supposed to press it. They did it right with this one, why not the other two? With Paper Mario, the static perspective serves a very important function because it lets the animators go nuts with how they make the startups for attacks. And not only does it communicate the timing of when you should do the command, but it also lets them put some personality into the enemies. In fact, the animations are communicated so well that you you can get a successful block on your first time just from reaction. The perspective Yik used is more like a traditional 3D RPG, which is designed to show the different characters close up at different angles to add some tension and mood to the fights. And, you know, not to play mini games in them. Not to say it couldn't work, but you'd have to mess around with it a lot, which they didn't do. I have many problems with Undertale, but I can at least say that Toby did a great job at integrating these shmup sections into what's essentially just Earthbound's battle UI. There's clearly a lot of care put into the system to make sure its additions would work and feel fun and exciting. And those are like the last two words I'd use to describe Yik's battle system. Makes me think they didn't plan this out at all, like they just kind of threw whatever they liked from different games into the system and thought it'd work out. But there needs to be a cohesion between these mechanics and the UI and the camera and all that, because they all communicate with each other. And if they don't speak the same language, your system's gonna be fucked. Why even bother with these mini games? It could have just been a normal RPG and been fine. I don't know why indie devs have this idea that traditional RPGs are outdated. It's totally ridiculous. The reason NES RPGs tend to be a pain to play through has nothing to do with their battle system. It's everything outside of them, really. The game isn't balanced well, so you're forced to grind regularly, and people in the overworld are cryptic due to bad localization, which makes it really easy to get lost, and random encounters happen just way too often. But the actual
How upset was he?
battle systems in games like
75%
Phantasy
grading
Star and
upset?
Final
Damn.
Fantasy and Mother are great. Like, they're simple, but they work really well. You don't have to force innovation. Something more traditional but really polished can be just as valuable. And at least when I attack in a normal RPG, my guy just attacks the enemy and it's fast. Every time I attack with this minigame shit, a whole new game has to take place with its own rules that only really affects the main gameplay after it's concluded. It's the most disconnected feeling in the world, like the game is pausing.
You know what I
itself
hate?
in
So I
seconds.
use the
just
Running
don't get it.
Shine
Why
OST,
did they make it shitty? Imagine if you
and
press
he
the A
like
button in
has
Mario,
songs
and
on
it's
this
just
that are
I'm
super
too
fucking
tired. Every
good.
single one of these minigames is even fun.
Like this
Like
one
Simon Says,
that aren't
Red
on the
Light
fucking
Green
cut of the
Awesome.
soundtrack.
Gimmicky shit I've ever seen. But there is a whole RPG system here under the minigames, and despite Yik's advertising as an Earthbound-inspired game, and the game's multiple references to Final Fantasy, its system is actually much more like Persona, where speed determines priority over who attacks, and whoever's next gets to immediately execute what they choose without waiting. In fact, the game in general reminds me of Persona 4 with the modern setting and the Scooby-Doo Mystery Gang bullshit. Except Persona 4 had challenging fights where you have to think through your next move carefully, an elemental system with weaknesses and strengths. This Persona fusion thing, the ability to attack enemies from behind, which not only gives you an extra hit on them, but has your team actually physically surround them in the battle system. A UI and HUD that manages to be beautiful, but also incredibly functional, and girls I can shove my penis into. By the way, we're in the hotel factory now, and that cat is not letting up. I really like this first dungeon. I like that we get to it fairly quickly. I like the unique area it's in, and the atmosphere is great. Also, unlike in the overworld, the enemies are represented by these little black things that chase you, but I kind of wonder why they even bothered. In Earthbound, the enemy sprites on the overworld breathe a lot of life into the game for many reasons. They're representative of what you fight. You get an auto win against them at a high enough level. How you approach them influences how the fight starts, and surrounding enemies will run to join in during the transition. They'll even run away from you if you've beaten the dungeon they're associated with. But in Yik, the enemies don't have any creative properties like this. The only thing you can do is stun them with some abilities. These encounters have multiple enemies in them also, which means it's impossible for one model to represent what you're going to fight in this game. Even if it was possible, I imagine they didn't want to do running animations for every enemy. It's a shame though, when you have all these things implemented, there's so much you can do with them that don't require all that much work or programming, but they kind of just did the bare minimum. Speaking of those abilities, this dungeon has our first one, this panda. It's mostly used to hit switches, but he gets used for some clever things in later dungeons. He also acts as a meat shield when you summon him in battle, which is really nice, although none of the other abilities you get ever give you special moves, which could have been very cool. I hate his voice though, with this weird accent. I feel like the director wanted this tone to be like, whoa, a panda!
It's me, Panda! My primary use is as a barrier. I can block oncoming enemy attacks and create barriers between you and many other
The puzzles are pretty good in this dungeon. They're not insultingly easy, and it's enough for me to feel satisfied in myself when I figure it out. I'd say the puzzles are one of the game's best assets, especially when they get creative with how they use the abilities. The environment is starting to get crazy. I don't really understand the Freemason pyramid imagery everywhere, but whatever. They probably just thought it looked cool. Who the fuck has 550 and is like, oh, I don't want this? While making our way through here, we meet this girl. Alex and her then proceed to talk about that stupid fucking cat some more.
Is that the cat who looks like Salvador Dali?
My cat just looks like Dolly herself.
Saw a cat earlier. He had a funny mustache and crazy eyes.
My cat has a beautiful mustache and perfect eyes.
I told her I wouldn't mind helping her find her cat.
Jesus, if the cat is so great, make him the main character instead. They decide they're going to go back and look for it together and hopefully get out of this place.
I'm Semi, but please call me Sammy.
I'm Semi Hard.
I don't know why why I'm trusting you. I guess
My
I'll...
penis. Get it? I like this puzzle where the door leads you down an infinite loop and you have to solve it by opening both of them before inspecting the painting. It kind of hints to you by having the eye open up a bit after the door is opened. It's cool. But the issue is that 85,000 children still died in Yemen. This is where we find her cat, and she goes from
All right, that's looking pretty
overjoyed
good.
to giving us a cold
I'm so happy to have you back. Oh, who's a good cat? You are. You are. Oh, I should probably tell you about Dolly. Dolly is a tool.
It's an alright ability. It gets used for getting things out of reach, but it's nothing special. We learned that Sammy is actually the perfect soulmate for Alex since they both can't resist bitching about their parents. Mom makes me take my shoes off in the kitchen. Dumb fucking bitch. They're about to leave the factory together when something goes bump in the elevator. And it wants me to get all freaked out with them, but instead I'm just kind of thinking, why the hell did they render every individual tooth in Alex's mouth? It looks stupid. Rock doesn't have that shit. His face is just a texture. They should have just done that, honestly, especially if they want to capture that PS1 vibe. Sammy gets sucked out of the elevator by interdimensional demons, and Alex just kind of raises his arm and looks sad, like someone knocked over his cereal. Such bitch shit. And then he puts his hands on his head and like, oh, what a bummer. Back at home, they put a cool shader on the town, and we're greeted by one of the stupidest prompts I've ever seen. Reflect isn't necessarily bad in isolation, but this fucking guy has been reflecting since she got stolen. He immediately self-monologues.
At that moment, I couldn't think. I couldn't breathe.
And then does it more after he leaves on his way home.
As if the curtain had lifted on reality and exposed.
You've done enough reflecting, Alex. Calm down. Maybe hang out on the computer for a bit. Man, they really went hard with the 90s aesthetic here, with him using Netscape and everything looking like GeoCities.
In the dark room, the monitor was hurting my eyes. I rubbed them and waited for the file to load. While the video loaded, I thought of all the girls I had gone to school with. When the file had finished downloading, I waited with fading patience for my computer to open it in QuickTime.
Game sponsored by Apple? What the fuck is this? Hey, hold on a second. I know this shit. This is Elisa Lam. She fucking died IRL. Why is she in a video game? If you don't know this case, Elisa Lam was last seen entering an elevator and was recorded doing all kinds of weird contortions and shit. And then 3 days later, she was found dead on the roof in a water tank. And people aren't sure if it was a suicide, a murder, or an accident. And there's all these weird things that seem impossible. Again, it's a fascinating case. But I don't know, it's kind of distasteful to put her in the game because she was like a real person. Well, actually, even that's fucking debated.
Supposedly, this is a Chinese man.
She had like a Tumblr and liked Crash Bandicoot. It seems kind of weird to put her in the game, especially as a love interest for this main character who looks like Louis C.K. It should have started to feel like Jeff Mangum wrote it. I don't have anything wrong with romance, but come on, he only knew this chick for like an hour, and she was more concerned about her cat than anything to do with him. I feel it'd be more appropriate if he like felt some moral responsibility to help since he was slightly involved, and I think they try to do that, but this shit just muddies things. Alex wants to meet up with his old friend Michael so they can get some pictures of the hotel factory to post on the internet. They haven't seen each other since Alex went to college, so we get to see them catch up a bit.
Guessing you didn't major in exercise science. Liberal arts. Great! What do you do with that?
You know, for a liberal arts guy, Alex doesn't really convince me. Whenever he waxes poetic, it always feels so forced.
Sighed as the elevator began to shake, vibrating with motion.
It's padded out and full of synonyms, which just makes the character sound like what the writer, Andrew Allenson, thinks is academic. And it makes it seem like he wrote Alex in a snarky and disingenuous way.
In that moment, I was a child finding a magazine meant only for an adult's eyes.
Because liberal arts guys aren't really like this. I mean, some of them are. But the guys who take writing and philosophy seriously can articulate themselves real well, which Alex doesn't do. His other likes aren't any more genuine, like his love of music. He never really gets excited about it in any real way. At one point, he's shown to know a little bit about audiophile stuff, but even here, it feels like Andrew's trying to mock these people.
Dude, you get it!
And it's like, oh, well, Alex likes to collect records. He loves music. Well, if he really likes records so much, he's definitely not a fan of this one.
Hey, have you ever heard of urban exploration? There's this great website called www.onism1999.com. I think you'd really get a kick out of it.
Hey, I want you to check out this website. Go to www.nfl.com and just check it out. www.nfl.com.
Alex and Michael halt their plans so they can hang out at the arcade because they're 7. It doesn't help that it looks like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese. Have these guys ever been in a real arcade? like the ones where fights.
I
break out
happen
over
to
KO
own a
matches,
real
which makes the place
arcade.
look a little gross and
Several
dingy.
of
Lots
them.
Black guys and Asians hanging out, and the DDR should be loud as shit and make it impossible to talk without yelling.
Whatever.
There's something killing me about this music playing with the camera angle changing every half second. This guy from Weezer just running around.
I've been scared before. Everyone has, but those past memories of fright were nothing compared to what we had just experienced. As if a black hole incarnate had come to exist and it wanted us gone. As if consuming us was its only purpose. And with all this in mind, Sammy's vanishing was starting to feel like the least supernatural thing I would experience.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. We were just coming in an arcade, like, in public a second ago. And now he's just crying about blacks. And Linkin Park is playing for some reason.
Maybe.
Let's just take these photos.
I might be a
and
bit
get
of a
out here.
Chuck E. Cheeser.
You guys gonna talk about it? No? You'll spend an hour talking about that cat, but not this shit, huh?
What the hell? Whoa! What?
Oh, okay, I guess they just need to catch their breath. When crazy stuff starts to happen in the game, they always make sure to immediately go on in dialogue about how scary it is and how freaked out they are. I think they do this because Andrew is worried that people will think it's
Real talk,
unrealistic if, like,
I
Alex
wasn't
has
much of a
face,
Chuck E.
but
Cheese kid
it's
growing up.
terrible
That was
because
definitely
game
the
is
arcade I
basically
spent
telling
a
you directly how
decent
much you
amount.
feel about what just
Like,
happened.
I went there a
I'm just
couple
not buying
times.
it. It's like the horror version of a laugh track. It's like a scare track.
But it would
And
be
Earth
cool
Bound
to get, like,
inside
some
might be more
vintage
strange
Chuck
than
E.
almost
Cheese
anything
shit.
yet. The music is bizarre and enemies are really dangerous. You never really
That
have a
would be
sense of
kinda neat.
security in this place. And when you escape, you end up in the back room of the department store, and a witness says you were basically having a seizure there the whole time. Ness and Jeff don't say shit about this, and I kind of like that because the game gave me an experience and let me feel how I wanted about it. It didn't need Jeff chiming in to go, that was fucking scary, wasn't it, Ness? You can have the characters.
But I
talk
think you
about
could
things, but
achieve
just
the
have a
same
little bit
sort of
subtlety,
feeling
unlike this.
independent of Chuck E. Cheese, though.
In the mirror, she was smiling, but that she knew she wasn't smiling.
Reflection smile.
Because for me, it would be more about, like, the colors and, like, the aesthetic than the Chuck E. Cheese
You
stuff.
saw her yesterday, right? So you saw her after she went missing? That's actually a good thing, Alex. This means she wasn't.
Oh,
killed by
fuck,
some
I'm getting tired.
serial or rapist.
This is a wonderful conversation to be having while this Disney orchestral soundtrack plays. I know my favorite part in a Goofy movie is when they were going downstream, and Max and Goofy took some time to have a heart-to-heart about serial killers and rape. I call that the Me Too, right, Maxie?
We uploaded the photos to Onism 1999. We had our doubters.
Put your glasses back on, dipshit. It didn't make you that shocked. Then you had to touch your face with your stupid hand. Oh, I don't like his friends. Relax, Alex. Look at the bright side. Can we get rid of 90s Michael already? I'm sick of him. While looking at pornography together, Alex and Michael come across this page on Onism about a girl who can create portals with her brain. They recognize her from the arcade and decide to go back. Is that the only reason we went into the arcade? Just so we could establish that that's where she is? Come on, let me discover this stuff on my own. If you establish she's in Frankton, it wouldn't take me that long to look around for her. And if I found her before in the arcade, it would feel rewarding. Like, oh, I remember her from that arcade I visited earlier. At the arcade, Michael tries to get Alex to talk to her since they're of a similar age, but Alex just pussies out.
Say something to her.
It'd be, Forget the bitches. Don't forget this shit. If they don't go out with you, who gives a motherfuck? Place is so full of bitches. If they don't want your time, they don't fucking deserve it.
Yes, that's true.
Listen here, boys. We have a zero creeping on women policy here. If you'd like to ogle some women, I'm sure your mothers would love it if you were home in time for supper.
Oh, okay. She's like one of those girls who, like, fires back. What the fuck? And now she's fighting us? With the way we look, all we have to do is, like, start jerking off in front of her until she writes a blog. What the hell? She followed them back to Alex's house? Alone? Without knowing these guys? That was interesting. They give her some backstory to her psychic abilities, but I don't really think that needs to be explained. You just say she's a psychic and I'll buy it. Earthbound didn't explain why Ness and Paula have psychic powers. It's just a phenomena, and really just an excuse as to why they can do magic, basically. As of right now, I really just want to know how these powers might affect her, or what it allows her to do, and how it'll be able to help our protagonist here.
I dated a girl in college who was a women and gender studies major. She told me that she believed men and women were all the same at our core.
That's not true. One has penises, and the other has something you can put your penis into and fuck.
Metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that includes the first principles, includes ontology and cosmology, and is intimately connected with epistemology. Epistemology is, of course, a branch of philosophy that investigates the origin, nature, method. Call me if you see any more interesting comments on my photos, or have a run-in with the entities.
Wait, I have one more question before you go.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Want to watch me jerk off? Watch me jerk off? Watch me jerk off in front of you?
Here is one last number. Call it if you ever want to open your mind and expand your battle abilities.
Hey! Just calling to see if you figured it out.
Nope.
Leveling up is great in RPGs. It's so instant, it's simple, and something that just works great. There's never been an RPG where it says you gain strength, and I didn't. It's one of the most rock-solid mechanics in games. But these guys thought, leveling up, I know how to make it better. And that's how you get the Mind Dungeon. At first, you don't even get to go in and level up your character right away. First, you need to listen to this long-winded monologue from this crow.
Lastly, in my pseudo-philosophical rantings, I
Oh, how self-aware. Let me level up already. Fuck. So here's how you level up. First, you go through the door. Then you're presented with 4 doors from here, with a different amount of increase to your stats above every one. You then must walk to the door and inspect it, then choose which stat to level up. Then you have to go to the next door, but you can't choose the stat that you previously chose, which means that you can level up 4 different stats for every level. You then must trigger dialogue and enter the door. Then you get 2 more dialogue boxes. Neither of them have any value. Then you wait for Alex to come back out, and then you do the same for the other 3 doors. Finally, you enter this last door, and congrats, you've leveled up. That's really not good. In order to level up my character, I have to get depressed. Why is it done like this? At first, I thought that waiting around was bad, but if it was done by the menu with no loading, it could have been, good, because you could really distribute the stats to what you think are important, but it doesn't give you enough options. I can't min-max at all, since you can only choose one of the stats per door and you can't repeat. It has to be distributed, which ruins the whole point of this. It just means I ended up equally distributing Alex's stats the whole game. And when I found out that talking to the crow just did all that for you automatically, I did that every level from then on just because it saved time. Which at that point, how about you just level me up automatically after a battle when I get enough experience like in a real game? Imagine you got the fire flower in Mario, but before you could shoot fireballs, you had to go file your taxes. Let's look at Paper Mario again. That game gives you a choice on which stats to level up too. Here's how long that takes. And in Paper Mario, I actually have more features than you because I can actually min-max Mario.
Hey, Michael. Check this out.
We end up getting a PM from this guy called Rory, who says his sister also has disappeared recently, and implies that there's some connection between the disappearances of both his sister and Sammy. Sounds good enough to me. Let's call Bella. Before we leave Frankton though, I want to talk about these NPCs hanging out. I think that giving NPCs some details can really help with making them feel more alive. And yet they just kind of stand around not doing anything. And sometimes it's nonsensical, like these two are just kind of staring at a wall in a parking lot. So if 2 people are parked here, I guess whoever wants to park here can eat shit. They only exist so that they can say a quip or something to Alex, but the characters as game objects are even more lifeless. Like if you want to have them be stationary, give them something to do. Have them do a looping animation and they can turn their heads towards you depending on where you talk to them. The game likes animation in general and I really feel it here. Like no one paces around or moves at all, because they don't want to make walk cycles. In fact, I think Alex is one of the only characters aside from the enemies with actual animations as opposed to just moving around the game world with a static pose. They only ever put the effort in if it's something that they can reuse, like the kids with guns. There's nothing wrong with repurposing, but making some specialized assets makes things more memorable in your game and adds a lot of polish.
Hey, look! We're in Chicago!
Did you just laugh?
God fucking.
Did you hear that, Rad? Fucking Alex and the gang are also going to the Beyblade World Championships. Or whatever the fuck it's called.
My favorite part of RPGs is going to different towns and being out of your element.
What kind of Beyblade do you think Alex Yeek likes to
I'm
run?
actually getting into these guys, and I'm actually interested about where things will go from here. I really don't like this cemetery. This is obviously a personal thing, and maybe I'm just an old-fashioned stick in the mud, but I feel like a cemetery is an almost sacred place, and putting jokes on tombstones just kind of feels wrong. There was a bit of controversy about this one in particular. They not only put a grave for Iwata in this town, they put it next to the stupid joke one with the developers. Oh, we worked ourselves to death. Did ya? Like, if you want to pay tribute to the guy, just keep it safe and put him in the game, not his corpse. And why did he die here? Iwata didn't live in America. He didn't die in the 90s either. That shit was like yesterday. It's obviously all goodwill, though. Iwata was a great programmer. You know, he put baseball on his calculator, and I'm sure they were inspired a lot by that. So paying tribute was a sweet thing for them to do. It was just a little clumsy. Fuck, man. I have a keyboard and a camera. This fucking kid has a gun. God damn, those sound effects are intense. I don't think I like this place. We eventually get to Rory's house, and this should be a good introduction to the
Wizard
guy.
on 960 ball because he's on it. Yeah.
Hilarious to fill the
He
time
I was gonna
with
say he
stupid
probably has
skills
some like
instead.
ridiculous contrarian
I'm Alex.
like thing about his like the way he does things.
To the case around town, but he
So
ends
I was
up
gonna
going
say
on
maybe
weird
he's
rants
like a
about
guy that
nonsense.
unironically uses like Rhino.
by mass, but 67% if you count atoms. What we love to forget is the soul. You ever imagine what it would be like if you successfully performed a transplant?
When are we looking for your sister?
Whatever, but I know it's her.
His faces are a little too intense for what he's saying. Is he going through meth psychosis? Michael should put his arm around Rory. Tell him to relax. For some reason, Rory is convinced that his sister's spirit is in the sewer, but really this is just an excuse for us to do this dungeon, and it makes me hate him, because this dungeon stinks. The first issue comes with the enemies. They just have way too much health, and our offense is garbage. I had no idea you could do more damage with Alex by mashing in the yellow sections of Alex's minigame. It's something I had to learn by going on the website, which, I mean, come the fuck on. Special feature. My ass. He's straight garbage at fighting without knowing this trick. And Rory, he doesn't even fight at all. He can only protect other characters, so the only ones doing actual damage to these guys are Michael and Vela. It's also a pain that many of the enemies in the dungeon have moves that hit 3 party members, are hard to dodge, and do a lot of damage. Normally, I'd be happy about the game giving me some much needed challenge, but then we run into yet another problem. The scaling of recovery items means it's impossible for this game's fights to have any real stakes. In most games, magic is a scarce resource because the recovery items for it are usually expensive and don't heal that much, which makes it so you can't abuse magic in fights.
I activate my Pot of Greed magic card. That lets me draw 5 cards.
Yik doesn't have this though. PP recovery items are just as common as HP ones. Many of them can heal massive percentages and are barely more expensive. But hell, even if they were more expensive, the scaling of money in the game is awful. There's no scarcity at all. You can stockpile as many HP, PP, and even revival items as you want, and it's like a small dent in your money. It turns fights like these that would otherwise be challenging into just dumb tests.
I think he tried to be that guy, but he couldn't handle losing. So he switched to meta and kept losing and had a breakdown and got banned from
running for them. And they do side quests, and they take some time exploring.
Yeah.
But granted, it is very hard to get a good economy. Even games with decent economies at the start can end up falling apart in the late game. Earthbound starts off fine with some scarcity, but by the time you're ready to fight Gygas, Ness is a fucking millionaire ready to put a down payment on a Vancouver crack shack. You get 2 new abilities in this dungeon. Vela gives us an amp that destroys rocks and can stun enemies in the overworld, and Rory gives us a hair flip that lets us get past these trees. This should be real exciting and open up the door for more puzzles, but the issue is that Vela's amp is an obstacle remover, and Rory's hair flip is an obstacle remover. You get them at almost the exact same time, so there's no reason every hair flip obstacle in the overworld couldn't have been replaced with the amp, which means that the hair flip was only really put in to block off points in the dungeon until we reach a certain amount of progress. I don't get it. There's so many better ways to accomplish this design goal that don't take up a slot that I have to go past every time I want to change abilities. I'm in a sewer for fuck's sake. Have it so I have to drain the water with a switch or some shit and it accomplish the exact same goal, and would have led to a more interesting dungeon that takes advantage of the environment. It'd definitely be better than what it is right now, where I just kind of use these 2 redundant abilities and unlock doors occasionally. There's none of the interesting puzzles or visual aesthetics that the factory hotel offered also. It's just bland. The one thing this dungeon does have though is the first boss of the game. The gang is met with an entity, which Rory sees as his sister.
That's my sister. That's Carrie.
Rory. That's not Carrie. Rory. That's you.
It looks nothing like him.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Whoever voices Rory should really get a grip. Turns out Rory was actually lying. His sister didn't disappear. She killed herself, and I'm supposed to take this seriously, but the phone is just making me think, man, I haven't saved in a while. I wonder when this dumb cutscene will end so I can save my game before confronting the boss.
You left your body when you surrendered yourself to your misery. You abandoned this physical form, and your soul was about to enter the soul space.
Okay, so what's going on here? So in Yick, multiple realities exist, parallel universes and that kind of shit, and they all kind of meet in this area called the
Joe
soul
Rogan
space.
pictures.
This is one that I had designed by this guy Craig Hoffler.
So Rory had grief from his sister killing herself, and he went through disassociation. And through that, he was able to get close.
Can you please explain what's going on here?
Shut your fuck up! I'm trying to do that right now, Alex! So, through all that, Rory got close to the soul space, but didn't enter. So this guy is like Rory from another reality, who did manage to enter it, and made its way into this reality that the game takes place in. Why? Why this alternate reality shit? Why this soul space shit? What does this add to the story? Nothing. Why not just, oh, when you experience major mental trauma, a psychic ghost is created that fucks with you for fun? It doesn't need to be that exactly, but if you can get to the same result in a less convoluted way, choose that.
Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
You get that from your Instagram feed from some Indian on a mountain? God damn. Roy should have taken Vela and pushed her into the sewage for that shit.
It's okay. You can tell me. I'm not judging anything you say.
Why is
here.
Fireman here just standing around? Doesn't he have anything to say on this episode of Cuckamy Street? Like, you know, because he's on fire.
Damn it! Guys, we need to run!
Bella, will you tell me what the hell is going on?
I think it's a golden alpaca. Damn it, we need to run! Come on, let's get out of here!
Lemonade. I bet you guys thought we were gonna fight the entity and that Rory would have to confront his demons in a dramatic boss fight. Maybe you might have taken the character seriously for a second. Remember, this game is way too cool and ironic to actually care about anything. Look, guys, it's an alpaca. What a random and wacky animal to be fighting in a sewer. And when it attacks, it goes lemonade, which is really funny, you know, because alpacas can't talk normally, and yeah, it's just funny, you know, because what if one could? It'd be so silly for it to like fruit beverages. This is the worst tonal shift in the game, and I have no idea what they were thinking with this. You go from getting lore and having a character make a big discovery about themselves to fighting some goofy fucking thing out of nowhere with music comprised of groans and grunts and farts. And by the way, right after this stupid boss, it tries to go right back into being serious.
A soul that has escaped from its body.
And then right after, the game has the gall to shit on anime writing.
Don't act like I'm some anime character.
As if the writing in this game is somehow better and less on the nose than the mountains of shonen shit that gets released every season. Right after this, Vela goes on another rant about entities and how they come from the separation of the mind and body, and how the soul is shared not just by you, but all the alternate reality versions of you. And you know, I really like that. I love when a game gives me no room to speculate for myself and instead spoon feeds me every single bit of its universe for 10 minutes. And if you were maybe interested in Vela because, you know, she had a bit of mystery to her and some actually interesting characterization, well, no need to worry, because Alex is going to egg her on to explain literally every single aspect of her backstory and how she works.
But how do you know all this?
All this is done in this one place in a sewer where nobody moves, and it's a one-sided conversation with Alex and Vela while Michael jerks off in the back. Yeah, totally not like anime. And despite looking like everybody in my MySpace top 8, Rory is the only one making sense here because he's not putting up with her shit.
This is all fine and shit, but it doesn't bring my sister back. Soul space, minds, realities, all that shit. Who even cares?
After leaving the door, there's this great segment where you have to find your way around these halls. The entities act in a bit of an unsettling way, and the camera does some really cool stuff. I really like this moment where it starts out with a straight red line, and as you move on it, the angle slowly changes to give it more depth. It's really awesome. You know, I'm feeling pretty good, I gotta say. At least to be done with the dungeon.
My 12-year-old sister killed herself. She died right here.
Alright, so
Roy, relax. You don't have to go down
how
there
the
anymore.
fuck am I
You don't
gonna
have
do
to
this?
blow up rocks
Alright,
every
I'm
couple
pausing the
centimeter.
video for a sec because I need to work this out in my brain, like, mentally. I think that's what I'm... Unfortunately, I was gonna try to finish this page, but I still gotta come back and do the book covers, too. I still gotta add fucking Meta B more to the fucking cover. Actually, let's save real quick. But I have to think about getting a... Let's see. Density, use color of image. Dot settings. Angle, dot position, show gradients. Density, posterization. Effect range. No, this isn't going to work. So, okay, let's go into our gradient gallery here. What I need is white. I need white screen tone. Okay, well this clearly, man. Oh, this is just how to use screen tones. God, this sucks. Oh, I love being a Westerner trying to do manga when fucking people from America don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh my god. Trying to look up anime art techniques in English just makes me so sad. Makes me so sad. The art, it hurts my face. It hurts my face looking at people's art. Unless I do a foreground to transparent. Let's see. Come on. It's monochrome. Unless it needs to be gray. Oh, there we... Okay. No! Get to the chopper! What did you say? So I need to find a good thing of a window. That's kind of a weird effect. Let's see. Fuck, what is the Japanese word for window? God damn it. Copy. Let's check it out on assets real quick. Let's see. Ooh, hey. Found exactly what I was looking for real quick. Moodial height. Well, here's another one. In case that one doesn't work. Ooh, here's one that's 100 clip. Let's try the ones we downloaded first. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll start our video up again. I'm not gonna go for much longer.
Trees anymore.
Cool it with that. No one cares about your sister right now. We almost just died ourselves.
Oh, don't worry about it, Alex. Because of the abundance of money in the game that I addressed earlier, we had so many recovery items that there was no chance of any of us getting seriously hurt. Alex is mad because he doesn't really care. He just wanted to get his dick wet with Sammy.
You acted like this was connected to Sammy.
And Rory basically had us do a whole 4-hour segment of gameplay for nothing. You know, it's a little harsh, but I think I'm feeling the same. What did this whole thing accomplish in the story? Not a damn thing. It only introduced us to Rory, an ultimately worthless character that only exists to fill a slot in the RPG, and let us know when the next All-American Rejects album is coming out. Why should I care about Rory and his personality? All he's done in the time we spent with him is spout pseudo-philosophical bullshit and complain. He's given nothing interesting about him as a character. So when Alex, standing there, you know, like he normally does, adjusted his glasses and went, "You know what, Rory? I don't give a shit about you or your stupid, dumb, dead, dumb fuck cunt sister." I felt happiness that I hadn't felt yet in this game. And what happens next? The game spends 2 hours trying to make me feel bad about it.
Right, Alex, now look what you did.
Dude!
Oh, hi, Michael. Oh, you finally want to contribute now.
Why the fuck are you not updating?
What a bitch you have to be to not be able to get a word in edgewise while Rory is around.
Try not to be such a jerk to your friends.
People really didn't like Alex. He was a constant complaint in many reviews, and I'm really not the biggest fan of him either. It's a big problem if your protagonist is almost universally disliked in your character-focused RPG. We're actually in a very interesting situation, since Andrew Allenson actually responded to many of the issues people had with Alex on the Dick Show podcast. In the early stages of this interview, it's clear to me that the host, Dick Masterson, was friends with Andrew, and wanted to have him on after launch to congratulate his friend on releasing his game. But what should have been a really fun celebration of their friend's success was quickly turned into an airing of the grievances by Andrew, where he would shit on just about every aspect of the gaming industry for the lukewarm reception Yick had gotten by American critics and consumers. Now granted, this was an interview done on the spot with no preparation, so it's possible that he misspoke and his head obviously wasn't in the best place after the bad news, but I think that it's still interesting and worth responding to. Here's his response to the issues people had with Alex.
But too many gamers, when they play a game, they're so used to having to identify with the character that if they play a game where the main character is unlikable or has to do some bad stuff, they immediately get triggered by it. And but
Yeah.
it turns out everyone just wants like Ayn Randy.
Okay, it doesn't want to update for some fucking reason. So, I think I'm gonna call it here. Cause it is getting late and I gotta be up tomorrow for work. So thank you everyone. We didn't get as much done as I would have liked to today, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I just, you know, wanted to play some games. Wanted to just kind of chill and stuff for a minute. But we're making progress here. We're making some progress. I would say, we're not about halfway there. We're probably about like 35 to 40% there. But we're going to have to go back and, oops. We're going to have to go back and change a lot of stuff. To update some things, fix some things. Yeah, true. Anyway, take it easy, guys. I gotta restart Clip Studio because this should be working and it's not. So I gotta figure out what's up. Have a good one.